He walked into his $1 million home. His 6-year-old daughter was on the floor,
Why is this
eating dog
happening?
food. And when she looked up, what she said shattered his soul. The clatter of metal echoed off marble floors. Michael Rener had just stepped into his sleek $1 million home in Los Angeles. Tall, well-dressed in a navy suit, briefcase still in hand, he expected to be greeted by warmth. Maybe the sound of cartoons or the voice of his daughter running down the hall. Instead, a strange stillness. He furrowed his brow, removed his shoes, and walked toward the kitchen. And then his breath caught. There on the cold white floor was Ava, his 6-year-old daughter. Black skin smeared with dirt, her curly hair in 2 puffed ponytails. Her tiny frame curled up by the cabinet like a frightened animal, and in front of her, a dog bowl. Michael blinked, stunned as he watched her dip her trembling hand inside and pull out a chunk of soggy kibble. She tried to chew it, gagged slightly, then swallowed. Tears streamed down her cheeks. "What the, Ava?" His voice cracked. The girl froze, her wide brown eyes shooting up toward him. And then another voice rang out, sharp and impatient. "Ava, what did I tell you? Don't make a mess." It was Claire, the nanny, the woman he'd trusted to care for Ava in his absence. She stormed into the kitchen, wearing a white blouse, jeans, and a practiced smile that vanished the second she saw Michael standing at the doorway, frozen. "Mr. Rener, I didn't expect you back today." Michael's jaw tightened. He looked back at Ava, who was now silently sobbing, her small hands clasped around her stomach. "Why?" he whispered, stepping forward. "Is my daughter eating from a dog bowl?" Claire scoffed awkwardly. She spilled her lunch. She was playing rough again. "You know how she is. I told her not to waste food. Kids these days." "I asked you a question." Claire blinked. Her facade cracked. "She was hungry, okay? And she's always so fussy. We were out of the snacks she likes. I said if she was really starving, she could try the dog food. I didn't mean it literally." Michael's voice turned to steel. "She's 6 and adopted and black in a white family. Do you know how deeply this could scar her?" Claire rolled her eyes, dropping all pretense. "Oh, come on, Michael. Don't make this about race. She's not made of glass. You're the one who wanted to adopt a charity case." Silence. Dead, suffocating silence. Ava looked up slowly, trembling. She said, "I'm not really your daughter, just your good deed." Michael's heart shattered. Claire continued, unaware or uncaring. "Honestly, I've had enough. She's always crying, so sensitive. I've raised kids, and I've never had one act like this." Michael's eyes never left Ava. Her bottom lip quivered, her white shirt was stained, and her jeans were frayed at the knees. She looked like she hadn't been bathed in days. "What else did she tell you?" he asked gently. Ava wiped her face. "She said I'm lucky to even live here, that you were going to send me back if I kept being a brat. And if I asked for anything again, she'd make me sleep in the garage with the dog." Michael's hands balled into fists. Claire's voice turned sharp. "All right, this is ridiculous. She's lying now. Drama queen, that's what she is." Michael's glare could have sliced glass. "Claire," he said quietly, "get out." Her eyes widened. "Excuse me? You're fired. Pack your things and pray I don't press charges." Claire laughed bitterly. "You'll regret this, Michael. You think that girl is grateful? You'll see what a burden she really is." She turned and stormed out. Michael crouched, now eye level with Ava. Her breathing was shaky, her cheeks blotchy and red. Still, she tried to smile. I didn't mean to cause trouble. Michael's eyes welled. Ava, listen to me. You're not trouble. You're my daughter. You're loved. No one gets to make you feel small in this house. She stared at him, unsure. Even if I mess up? Especially then. She burst into sobs, falling into his arms. He held her tight, swearing under his breath he would never let her feel like this again. And yet something inside him whispered, this wasn't the full story. Something darker had gone on in his house while he was away, and he was about to find out. Michael sat with Ava on his lap for what felt like hours. Her sobs had quieted, replaced by the kind of silence that felt too heavy for a child to carry. He gently rocked her, wiping the dirt off her cheeks with the sleeve of his suit. You're never going to be treated like that again, he whispered into her hair. That night he didn't sleep. He lay awake in the guest room with Ava curled against him, clutching his tie like a lifeline. Claire was gone, but her words lingered like poison in the air. Charity case. Good deed. Send her back. He felt sick. The next morning he began investigating. He checked security footage from the kitchen. Hours upon hours showed Claire ignoring Ava's cries, feeding the dog fresh food while giving Ava leftovers, making her sit alone in the hallway. Once, she even locked her out on the porch during a rainstorm. Michael couldn't believe what he was seeing. And then he noticed something worse. In one clip, Claire picked up the phone and said to someone, "You were right. The brat's eating out of a bowl now. The millionaire's totally clueless." Michael froze the frame. He enhanced the audio. The voice on the other end was faint but familiar. His fiancée, Erica. His heart dropped. He'd met Erica 2 years ago. She was charming, witty, and seemingly adored Ava, at least in public. But behind closed doors, had she seen Ava as a threat? As unwanted? He remembered now how Erica often brushed Ava's hair too harshly or rolled her eyes when she asked questions. She once said, "You're doing too much, Mike. You adopted her. You're not her savior." But this betrayal. He couldn't look away from the screen. Erica had known about the abuse, maybe even encouraged it. Michael stood up, fury bubbling inside him. For too long, he had tried to balance work, charity, and love. He had trusted others to protect his daughter. But now there was only one priority. Ava. He called Erica. "I saw the footage." There was a pause. "What footage?" "Of Claire. And you." She didn't even deny it. "She's not even your blood, Michael. You don't owe her your life. And that kid, she'll never fit in. You were just trying to feel good about yourself." Michael's voice was cold. "You're right. She's not my blood. She's better. She's my heart." And then he hung up. That night he sat with Ava again. She had washed up, her curls soft and bouncy again, wearing a clean pink dress, but her eyes still held shadows. "Daddy?" she asked timidly. "Yes, baby? Can I ask you something?" "Anything. If I was your real daughter, would I get to eat from a plate?" Michael felt tears burn his eyes. He cupped her face. "You are my real daughter, and you'll never eat from anything but the finest plate again. Not because of wealth, but because you matter." Ava nodded, her lip trembling. Weeks passed. Michael took time off work. He made breakfast every morning. He walked Ava to school. He attended therapy sessions with her and watched her slowly open up again. One morning, she placed a tiny paper crown on his head and giggled. "You're the best daddy in the world." He smiled. "And you're my little queen." They were healing together. Then came a surprise. Michael received a letter from his late father's foundation. It explained that Michael's adoption of Ava had moved the board so deeply that they had voted to create a new branch in Ava's name, the Ava Grace Project, dedicated to protecting adopted children from abuse and neglect in foster care. Ava would grow up knowing her name stood for safety and love. And when Michael walked her into the launch event, proudly holding her hand, reporters didn't see a wealthy man and a little black girl. They saw a father and daughter who had survived something cruel and come out stronger. If the story moved you, give it a thumbs up so more people can see it too. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss another emotional story like this. And in the comments, tell us what would you have done if you were Michael. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep listening.